Hey guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to my doll collecting channel. Today I'm going to go through the things that I got from Modern Doll that I did not show you in my first video, because in the first video I just kind of showed like what I got the first day, and I did get a doll on the first day, but I also just showed like what was in my little goodie bag from Modern Doll. So I want to go through everything that I got from the sales room, both for my dolls and dolls just in general. So let's get into it. So when I walked into the sales room, the first person that I immediately went to, because I knew that I wanted to shop her table, was Gina Rollo, and she makes doll eyes. She makes glass doll eyes, and she's been around for a while, and I got Nirvana some eyes. Her eyes, like, they were the color that I wanted, her previous eyes, and I don't necessarily love the color of these, like, for her character. They're beautiful on her, but they were just way too small, and so I was really determined to go and find a matching pair of eyes for Nirvana and Decima Zara, which I've been writing like their story again. And I say again because I've tried to write this thing like a million times. And I've been writing her as Decima, even though like for years and years she's been Decima Zara. So I don't know what I'm going to necessarily be calling her, but her name is Decima for sure. But I got them some matching eyes. So this is Nirvana. She looks absolutely beautiful. And then let me grab my little mischief girl because she hates standing sometimes. So resetting her back up is going to be great. But basically, Decima Zara was the original character, and then Nirvana is the reincarnation of her, and they have the same eyes now. So I got this wig from Katie, her little goodie bag to me that I loved, and I put it on my USD Sarah, and she just looks so cute. I'm obsessed with her. She had purple hair originally, but it was so dark that it looked black in the majority of like lightings. But this one was also purple, and I just kind of felt like I should try it on her. And now I'm like a little bit more obsessed with her. I think she needs some more clothes, a little bit more love. But I really love her. Her name's Tansy in my collection, and she's just beautiful. And then my girl Poppy got some stuff as well. I was trying to find her a wig, but honestly, I don't think that I can find a wig that I love as much as this one. This one's a little bit ratty, but it's a Monique wig, and it's supposed to look a little crazy. She's a witch. So this is Poppy, and she has some Oscar doll eyes that I got from the doll peddler table, and I was kind of like really glad that I shopped their table because I've seen things on doll peddler that I want, but I didn't know if it was like for real or not. So I know that I've heard of them over the years, but I just didn't know if they like continued their business because it's just been a while since I've been in the BJD world. But I'm very glad that I shopped their table, so now I know they're for real. There's some American Girl clothes on there. It's a little bit hard to navigate. Like, you just have to know where to go, I guess. But you guys should try if you are interested in looking at their American Girl clothes. They have some like cute things on there, and I've been like, oh, I want this, oh, I want this, but I didn't know if it was for real or not. So I'm very glad. And then I got these red shoes for her as well because um this girl on my arm is Poppy before I got my doll Poppy, and she has little pops of red and she has like white eyes, and so she kind of matches now. She wears a little bit different of an outfit, but I think it's really cool. On the first day in the free bin, I think was the best day for the free bin a little bit, and they had these they had like a lot of stuff, but there was one shirt, and I grabbed the shirt. I thought it would fit my Blythe. And so this is her Lincoln Park shirt. And then I found these in the sales room for $5. And I didn't even like realize it. I have a pair of little Converse that are white that I also had in my hand, and I was like, oh, I'll just get both. I have like pull-up dolls, and my Blythe can fit them, so I'll just get both. But I didn't even realize that the socks that this one came with like matches the shirt so well. So she looks really, really cute, and she's happy that she made away with an outfit because a lot of the like vendors had outfits that fit the dolls that were like being sold by the artist, which makes sense. You know, you buy your doll. And it was like such a cool culture, honestly. It was like, I don't know, it reminded me of like Labubu just because I've never seen anything else like it. Maybe even, I don't know, Build a Bear kind of. But you like pick your doll out and then you go around to all the little tables and you like get them an outfit, get them a new wig, like all this stuff. And it's just, it was so cool, honestly, to see that. So yep, I got a outfit for my Blythe, even though nobody was like selling specifically Blythe clothes. I was very happy to make a way with a cohesive outfit for her. So basically, there was a vendor that was retiring, and I got a lot of stuff from her because she had good deals. But Jewel got this outfit, and this is, I think, like a shirt or a dress for a smaller doll. But I thought that I could get it to fit my smart doll. And so this is like her bathing suit and cover up. So she has like a zebra print bathing suit, bottoms, and then socks and her boots. I already had her boots, but I just think she looks really cute. Like, I'm obsessed. Also for Jewel, I got some earrings from KitnKatshop. This was their convention exclusive earrings. It was the only earrings that they had on their table, and I was happy to get them. I think that it's cool that they're the convention exclusive. I put them in my bag so they're a little tossed around. Let me try to get them back on their magnet. Okay, there they go. So they're magnetic earrings. So you put a magnet inside of their head and then the earring on the outside, so that way you don't have to drill any holes in them. And it's a white flower and a red flower, and then it says "Paint the roses red" on the can, and I think that it's really cute. She's definitely gonna love these earrings. I just think that it's cool that like they found a way to make them where you don't have to drill holes into your doll. And like I know that, you know, some of my dolls have like magnets for horns and stuff to put on them, but I think that it's awesome that people are doing it for jewelry. I have a few things here that I'm just going to go through that I also got in the sales room. I got these socks from this shop that was retiring, and they are Volk socks for Jewel. But I think that they're, I don't know. They definitely go with a Lolita outfit. I definitely know that. But I don't know if they're like angelic pretty or anything, because usually they have their logos somewhere in the design and I don't see that. But it could be different, and I don't know very much about their sets, but I think that they're really cute. And watch it not even be Volks or something. But that's what the sticker said. She also had Volk string. I got this for $5 because my girl Tansy is very loose. I don't mind restringing. It's not like scary to me. It's just it hurts my wrist. It hurts my wrist more than anything. So I got these socks that are MSD size, but they're gonna fit my USDs as well. And you can never have too many pairs of socks, and I got them for $1. I got a lot of things for $1. Like these shoes were also $1. These are the other Converse that I got for my dolls, and they're just really cute. Um, I don't see too many of like those types of shoes anymore, but I used to see them all the time. I got these boots for my USDs as well. They're just like generic boots. They're not a brand or nothing, but I got them for $1, so love that. And then this is a Volks brand shirt. It had the bag, but I just opened everything so I wouldn't have to worry about the glare. um, so this is the Volk shirt I got. It's just a really good basic. I thought that Tansy could wear it. I won a doll, so she could wear it too. I just think that it's pretty standard and good to have in your collection. And then I also got these Blythe shoes, or I'm going to put them on my Blythe. They might be a little too big, but I'm going to try it. I got them for $1, so no loss, you know, if they don't fit. I got these shoes, these heels, for my smart doll from that one that was retiring. I got like everything from there. And they just had really good deals. But these shoes are Smart Doll shoes, and all of the Smart Doll shoes, I was seeing if they had any prints on them or nothing, but all of the Smart Doll shoes are designed by Danny Chu's dad, Jimmy Chu. In my other video, I kept confusing them because I was just so tired, but I've always wanted a pair of Smart Doll shoes, and I think that it's really cool that I own one. I got a good deal on them. They were discounted. So I got these blue heels for Juwel. I don't have anything that'll really match them, but that's okay. And then I got this Velcro kind of thing for doll wigs. I think you have to do both sides, but I hope that you can just do one. I don't know. I have never seen somebody use this. I do have a friend that I think uses this, but I don't know what you have to do. The directions are not in English, which is okay. But this is that I got it for $1, and I have a lot of dolls that need their wig to stay on. So I think I'm gonna be taking advantage of this. And then this is something that I won. It's not like crazy, but I won some doll shoes. Very cool. These are ice skates. I think they're gonna fit at least one of my dolls. I think all of these will fit at least one. I got this style of shoe. I just kind of put in for it because I was like, I didn't know what to put all my tickets in for. And then I got this style of shoe as well. So it was 3 pairs in one bag. People just donate like what they want to donate, and then they put it in the raffles, and then you can put your raffle tickets in them. And I kind of like went around and seen which ones had no tickets in it, and that's the ones that I picked. Except for the biggest one, the literal biggest one. I got a doll, and I really love these dolls. I think that they're so awesome. And so this is my girl. She is a Anderson art doll prototype of their mini pixies, and she is Poppy. That is her sculpt. I wore my great grandmother's ring. I can't talk now. Too happy, I guess. And I wore my great grandmother's ring, and then I won the doll that I wanted. There was about 3 dolls that I wanted, and she was one of them, and I kept looking at her like, do you want to go home with me? Yes, she did. I got this wig for I think $5 from that shop, and she just looks so cute. I named her Jupy, short for Jupiter. It's kind of like a weird name, but how they dressed her really inspired me because I didn't know what I wanted to do with her, but I've always wanted a fantasy colored doll, like so bad. And they dressed her for me, and the way that she looked like she was an alien trying to fit in. And so this is her not undercover look. She's just kind of showing off how weird she looks, and not that she looks weird, but I literally love this doll. I think that it's really interesting too that they have string running through the hands as well, because that is just so uncommon, honestly, in BJDs, and I don't even want to think about how they did this because ivory strung dolls and just the generic way that you put on hands is already a lot. Basically, there's an S hook attached to the hand. You pull the string from like out their stuff, and then you hook the hand on, let go of whatever tool you're using. I usually use string, so I just pull the string out, and then the hand is just attached by the S hook to the elastic. So I don't even want to know how they attached this, but I'm sure one day I'll figure it out because I don't mind restringing. Like I've done like antique dolls. I fixed one of my great grandmother's dolls for my grandmother. Her doll like fell over, and she's like, "Can you fix it, please?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I can fix dolls, but man, this is something else to me. Hope she stays strung and tight forever. But this is my girl. She's my travel doll now. I've already taken her out on errands. I'm like obsessed with her. She makes me so happy. I am laying in bed sometimes and I'm like, I wish I could just go get my doll, but I'm usually tired and needing to sleep. But this is her. She's wearing Barbie clothes and she's very cute. This next one is a 3D printed, I would say figure, but it is like, I guess, a doll. And it's by Versaw. He was so nice. Literally chatting with him was just easy. It was nice. And I'm trying to get it to show it, but it says Midnight in Wonderland. I didn't want to misread it. And that was the theme for the event. I really wish, and he did subscribe to me. So, Joey, if you're watching, I really wish you put your name on this sticker. And not that it's like, necessary, but I really wish you put your name on this sticker because it would just be so cool. So, maybe always put it in the future. If I had it my way, I guess. Anyways, so this is a figure that I bought from him, and I had this like really weird, like, I wanted to be good. I was not good in the sales room, but I wanted to be good in the sales room. So I made this like impossible thing that I wouldn't find, and I really wanted to find a worm. I wanted a worm. And this isn't necessarily a worm because it was Alice themed, so I wanted like a caterpillar, I guess, to say it better. This isn't a worm. This is a Jabberwocky that he designed and then 3D printed, and it has articulation in its neck. And I'm sure I can move the pipe cleaners if I want to, but I also think that it's cool that they taper at the end, so he must have given them a little haircut. And then it has fur right here, and it's really soft. And it looks like it was also probably given a haircut as well. So I think that's really cool to like notice these things about it. But my favorite is the articulation in its neck. And when you get it at a certain angle, it's kind of like a bobblehead. And like, I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but it makes me happy that it's like that because I've never really owned a bobblehead since I was a kid. And it's just kind of fun. So this is by Versaw. He also makes like really cool smaller dolls. And they kind of like remind me of Barbie, but they are not Barbie and in any way. They're like smaller and they're cool. Like his dolls are awesome. You guys should check them out. So anyways, we have my Jabberwocky, and I got him in green. He came in several different colors, but I just wanted something that was a little bit out there and that would stand out on my shelf, so I went with green. This is my Mimi doll, and I got this at the International Playline event hosted by Allison from Muñecas, Poupées, and Dolls on YouTube. I'm sure you guys have heard of her. And she is really super nice. She had a great talk on Mimi and explaining her world because she's got a few counterpart dolls with her, and she's just super cool. This is the one that I wanted, and I didn't know how they were going to do it, but they had like 4 different ones, and I was like, oh, I really want to get this one. I don't necessarily want the other ones, but I'll be happy. You know what I mean? But this is the one that I wanted. And they called our names one by one and like randomly. And so I got picked to go up there pretty early. So I got to pick out my Mimi doll. And then I just grabbed her, and her hair was like kind of like weird in her earring. And this one is too, but it was just more noticeable on the other one. And Katie decided to switch with me because she's awesome. And she said she'll probably open hers. And I don't intend on opening mine. So I actually got 2 dolls that are in my inbox collection. The other one I'm about to show you, but I wanted to show you something very fun. So I was going to Allison's event, and I was like, oh, I really want to see if she'll sign my doll. And she said, like, I don't want to sign your doll. And like, she said it really nice, but just because I didn't make the doll, so I don't want to sign it, but I do have pins. And she signed pins for us, and it was so cool. So it was just like her little logo from YouTube, and it's so cute. I want to get something where I can like display all of my pins because I got a lot of pins from the event. It's kind of unexpected. But she signed it and said, Bailey, thank you for the support. Heart, Allison. And I just think it was so cool. It was like a nice interaction. I just went up to her and was like, excuse me. we love your channel. And then this one, my friend Melanie gave me, and it says, I was told there would be dolls here, and it's a VDC pin. I got a lot of pins. They're just really cool. So let me show you my other new in-box doll that I got. I got this doll, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get her. She had like a really high price tag, and then I went back the next day and she had a lower price tag, but it was still kind of like expensive, but also normal. Like it was just something I had to wrestle with. And then I did what you're not supposed to do, and that's just like what I'm not supposed to do, is to look it up on eBay and how much, you know, they are. And I didn't find her, and I've really wanted this doll. I've wanted like the collaboration of this doll. I wanted a new one of these dolls to keep in box because I think they look so cool in box. Let's get on to it. It is a friend of Pullip. It's a Pullip line doll, and this one, is Pullip's little sister's best friend. So Pullip's little sister's name is Dal, and then Dal has a best friend named Bayul. And Bayul looks kind of weird, but like I've really appreciated over the years like how she looks. I think she looks really cute. Her lips are just very duck-like, and so that's her on the back. So cute. So I actually remember when this one came out, and she came out in 2009. I had just gotten into pull-ups, and I didn't necessarily like love the Bayuls yet, but I thought that they were so cute. They sold out, of course, because they're a collaboration with Angelic Pretty. And it's really cool because I bought her, and then the next day I wore my Angelic Pretty dress because it was the final banquet. So it was like kind of a full circle moment. But I've really wanted a pull-up doll to keep in box because they just look so much different in box to me. And this one's the absolute best one to keep in box. She does have some writing right here, but I'm really not too, worried about it. But originally it was $325, and then she went down to $175. Yeah, no, $350, $325, $175. And I saw the $175, and it's not the worst price. It's really not, especially new in box, collaboration with Angelic Pretty. And I was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go over there and get her. So I told Katie, I was like, I'm gonna go get that doll. And then I walked over there, and I did. But yeah, that is my haul from Modern Doll. I did get the Robert Tonner doll from the first day in my first video that I showed you guys. But other than that, that is everything that I brought home from Modern Doll. The one that I am most happy with, okay, good, I put her back right here. I've been kind of like just putting stuff around. And this is my most favorite thing that I got. The artist was so sweet, and everyone was so happy for me when I won her. And I like won her. I was sitting there scrolling on my phone, and I was like, yeah, I'm just not gonna win anything. It's okay. And then I heard them call the Anderson art doll, and I was like, okay. And then they called out my number, and it was like 1293. That's the one that won. I remember it. I'm crazy. And they said 1293, and I was like on my phone, and I was like, wait, 1293, and I was like, that's me, because I only had 90 through 94, so 1290 to 1294. They were, consecutive numbers. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, that's me. And I like stood up and like went over there, and they brought me my doll, and then I went and sat back down. And somebody, like, I was sitting in the cooler area, so I wasn't in the main area with the raffle. I was like just listening in from the side because I was in my Lolita and hot. And someone came up to me, and they were like, did you win the Anderson art doll? And I was like, yeah, I did. I'm so happy. And she was like, oh, well, the artist is over here. Come talk to her. And I was like, oh, no, it's okay, because I'm shy. And I was like, no, it's okay. And she's like, no, seriously, come talk to her. And so I grabbed my doll from where I was sitting, and I left her with Melanie. I grabbed my doll, and I went over there, and they were like, oh my gosh, yes, she's a prototype. This is so weird seeing the prototype like close up, and and then they were like, we're gonna hook you up with a wig and an outfit, and I was like, really? Like, this is so cool. And so they did, and I put it in my last video. And yeah, I just really love this doll. I haven't felt this way about a doll since I was a kid. Like, I remember the doll that made me feel this way. I sold her. She was one of my BJDs. She was my very first one. And I really want to talk about BJDs in a future video, not my next video, but just a future one. My next video is AG related. So I want to talk about the differences in the art dolls and the regular dolls and how to order the regular dolls, like what I recommend. Anyways, I just want to give some more information out there because I know that there's a lot of people who I may be the first person to really like them watch a video of someone interacting with a BJD and like talking about it. I know that there's other creators out there that have wonderful videos on it and that I've watched myself. I always would watch the videos no matter what, even if it was a newbie video that wasn't new. So I'm going to go into that in a future video. This was just me rambling about my wonderful, super awesome art doll, and I really want to get some more of these one day in the future. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.